I'm in sweaty Vegas, and you're in nice, cool Minneapolis.
Man, they tell me it's like 106 degrees out there during the night.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Right now it is 90 degrees, and it's 8:30. It's going to be a nice one. But I'm not... Hey, I'm not shoveling snow, so...
Yeah, we're just about shoveling snow. We got all that water from all the flooding.
Let's go back to Arlington, Texas.
Oh man, what a great event! Just phenomenal. You know, AT&T Stadium is just a top-notch venue, and what RFD TV and the PBR did for that weekend of the sport of professional rodeo was just amazing, I guess is the only word you can say. You know, the American, you had a guy that's been riding bucking horses for 2 years, and he walks away with $1.1 million, Richie Champion. And it has changed his life, you know, and even now he's sitting really high in the standings, which possibly making his first NFR. So,
wow, what you talked with Randy Bernard?
I did. Yep, Randy. Go ahead.
He must have been flying high.
You know, he was pretty nervous during the press conference before because he just wanted to make sure that it all happened and all worked out well. But after I got to sit down and talk to him, as everybody saw on the Rodeo Roundup with the interview, and you know, he's already looking forward to this coming year. Every year he wants to make it bigger and better, but last year it was a life-changing event for the sport of professional rodeo and everybody that was involved in it.
Well, it kind of validated everything he's ever said or done, that, you know, that there's more to this sport than just what we have.
You know, absolutely. It's you know, he talked about wanting to give the up-and-comers and the quote-unquote no-namers an opportunity to make a name for themselves, and he's taking it a step further this coming year with the American. I don't know if you've heard about the breaking news on that, but we did a story on it with the Rodeo Roundup where all of the National High School Finals champions from the National High School Finals Rodeo are going to get an automatic exemption into the semifinals in Mesquite.
So we're going to have some high schoolers in there?
We're going to have some high schoolers in there. The only thing is with the rough stock, they have to be 18 years of age by the time the American goes. But any of the timed events or anything like that, as long as you win the world in the National High School Rodeos finals, you get an automatic exemption to Mesquite for the semifinals to take the top 5 spots.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what else is in play for 2015 for the American?
You know, they really haven't said much other than that, and you know, making a lot of exemptions. They're making it bigger and better. All of the qualifiers, they were so limited on the amount of qualifiers last year because it was put together so quick. But Randy and the whole RFD TV team has made it just a huge deal, and there's qualifiers all over the place. The first ever Better Barrel Races qualifier right out of here in Minnesota. So 5 girls or guys from Minnesota are going to get a chance to go to the semifinals.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
What was there a large crowd there?
You know, all the tickets were sold out.
Okay.
But we got that huge ice storm the
yes.
night before the American, in between the Iron Cowboy and the American, and you know, Jerry Jones bought 10,000 tickets to give to the troops, and they were going to bring busloads of troops down, feed them meals, and put them up in suites and suite tickets. And there was 10,000 empty seats just because the weather was so bad that they couldn't make it. The tickets were sold out. I think this year, if the weather holds off, it's going to be crazy in there.
All right. And then later on, after that, we had the other big event, the SmackDown between JB and Harris there. JB, Mauney, and Harris.
Yeah, you know, that was a huge deal in Decatur, Texas.
What was that for?
Well, that was a PBR Touring Pro Division event um, held by in Decatur, Texas. Um, JW Hart's Invitational, and they just said, let's put these two together and make an event out of it as part of the deal. And it was a huge payday for either one of those guys that would ride their bulls. And unfortunately, as everybody saw on PBR.com on the live feed,
Didn't
that didn't.
happen.
So JW Hart got to keep all that money in his pocket, and what? But what a great event! And JW Hart on our phone conversation that we had, and we put that up on Rodeo Roundup as well. That you know. He's thinking about possibly, depending on who the players are, making this a yearly deal. So everything after the American is involving the sport so much, and everybody wants to step up and do something different to bring new light to this sport that we all love.
And all of these major events include Bushwhacker.
It is, Bushwhacker's on his farewell tour, and down at the American, I had a chance just to, even off camera, to sit down with Julio Moreno and Bushwhacker's owner and talk about what that bull means to him and what the plans are for Bushwhacker after this year. And just what a great year Bushwhacker is having, as he does each and every year. But it's going to be so special inside the Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas in October to see Bushwhacker's last buck out of his legendary career.
Yep. Okay, now, you didn't take enough credit for this, but explain the Shriners event that you put together.
Yeah, my daughter was just recently accepted as a Shriners patient, and they
For
do
what?
so much. She has some bow-leggedness, so she's got two full braces, one on each leg that she's got to wear, trying to get rid of the bow-leggedness, and if not, we've got to do surgery. But what the Shriners do, there's not a dime coming out of our pockets for it, and as everybody knows, rodeo cowboys, man, we live day to day and paycheck to paycheck depending on what we can do. So there's not a whole lot of extra room, and the Shriners just have done something for me and my family that I can't repay, and I wanted to give something back. It's not, monetary, but it's something that I can do between myself, the Rodeo Roundup, and my circle of friends within the sport of professional rodeo to bring smiles to these kids' faces.
You did.
It was absolutely awesome. It was 4 hours. I had the world elite barrel racers there, so these ladies are going to be vying for the contention to go to Mesquite, and they're sitting there right with them. We had horses, ponies, I had bull riders, bullfighters. We even had a local country band, Maiden Dixie, come out and perform a 45-minute set for the kids. So it was pretty special. It was a pretty special day, and the Shriners Hospital administrator came out and talked to me, and we're going to make this a yearly event because he was just amazed with the smiles and the brightness that we brought to the kids. So.
What did the parents say?
Oh, the parents were awesome. They were just amazed. One special story that sticks in my head is there's a young lady that was heading to Shriners. She's 9 years old, and she had already had 7 surgeries. She was coming in that day for her 8th surgery, and every time they turn the corner and she sees the hospital, she gets scared. She gets pits in her stomach, sweats, her stomach gets upset. And her dad came up to me and said, man, when she saw the horses and everybody there and the barrel racers and the ponies and all that, her face just turned to complete happiness. And her, along with all of her surgical team, including the anesthesiologist, her surgeon, everybody, came out and spent 20 minutes with us before walking her into surgery. And they said she walked into her surgery with no worries in the world because she was still excited and so happy of what she got to do prior to going in. So that made the day worth it right there.
Yeah, congratulations. Glad you did it.
Yeah.
Country Fest.
Man, yeah. That we do that every year. I clear my books for a week and I go down to Cadott, Wisconsin Country Fest.
What is Country Fest?
You know, it's a 4-day outdoor country music festival. We camp out. We see all sorts of legendary artists, and one in particular this year that I've always wanted to see, and have never gotten the opportunity. And being 77 years old, I don't know how many more opportunities anybody will get, but we got to sit down and watch the Charlie Daniels Band this year.
You were up close too, weren't you?
I was up close. I sit in row 5 center stage, but we go right up front with the media and take pictures. So yeah, I was. I could probably see nose hairs in their nostrils. So it was amazing.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie's amazing.
You know, and then they had other just such great artists like, you know, Craig Morgan. They had, Carrie Underwood. They had Gary Allen, which I know you're a huge Gary Allen fan.
Yep.
That was actually the first time I've seen Gary in concert. And it was, we had severe thunderstorm warnings and lightning and rain blowing sideways with 70-mile-an-hour winds. And he came out on stage and stood in the rain and played with us. It was such an amazing concert, you know. And then, believe it or not, there's a lot of talk about what country music is, and you know, I like some of the songs of Florida Georgia Line, but it's not traditional, true country music that we all know and love. But I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance to go see Florida Georgia Line in concert anywhere near you, it is going to be well worth the money. I think that is one of the best concerts I have seen in 10 years.
Wow. All right. So now you're back to work and everything? You're back doing rodeos?
You know, I'm back to work, and we're trying to fit this phone call in for the Rodeo Roundup, because in about 45 minutes I'm hitting the road for Cowboy Christmas. I'm on a road announcing rodeos all across the Midwest here. So
cool. The big news in the PBR world, Ty and Jewel, what happened?
Man, you know, that just broke yesterday, and I did a story on it last night. Those guys have been married for 6 years and been together for 17 years. I have a 3-year-old son, Case, and Jewel, you know, just kind of stated on her personal blog that their marriage is going to be done and they're going to go their separate ways. But, you know, with Ty being a legend in the rodeo world and Jewel being a mainstay in the singer-songwriter world, those two are, you know, handle every situation that has ever come up with such grace as they're doing this one. You know, Jewel put on her personal blog that, you know, yeah, it's not going to work, but we came into this relationship being best friends, and that's the way we're going to leave it. And
cool.
We're going to be the best possible parents for Case. So they just realized with their schedules, I think, and their lives that it's not going to work, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to be long life best friends and raise their son the way that they should be raised. And both of them are such class acts for making it happen this way.
Right. Now for all of the people you know in the rodeo world, do they kind of all feel the same way?
You know, everybody is happy that they're parting, and you know, there's no bad blood in between them.
Right.
Some people have thought that it wouldn't last. You know, some people kind of got that gut feeling a few years ago, but it really hasn't been talked about. But, you know, I was at AT&T Stadium just in March and was sitting right next to Jewel up in the media room, up in the press box, and it didn't seem, you know, Case was right there. It didn't seem like anything was happening, so it was kind of a shock to me when I heard it yesterday.
Yeah, I know the times that I met her in Vegas, again, you know, in the media room, they do love each other, but you know, but it's like you said, you know, they have two separate careers, and it's just, you know, it's how life happens. But it's nice that they're doing it as friends.
It is, you know, and I think that's the way everything should happen. It's no bad blood, you know. They just have a mutual understanding that it's not going to work.
Do you think Ty is going to finally divest himself of PBR?
I don't think so. There's such bad blood between Ty and Tough being in a CBR. I don't think Ty wants to give up
Well, it's his
that
baby.
stake. I think that's what it comes down to. But he's gotten into the commentary, and I think
Yeah.
he's going to be kind of a mainstay through the CBS Sports Network with Craig and Justin and JW. I think he's got his place in there, and he'll maintain it, and I think we'll see a lot more of him.
Cool. Alrighty. And you're coming out, of course, in October and November for the finals and everything. Any news on that? Are you bringing an entourage with you, or?
I've got 4 people signed up for a trip that the Rodeo Roundup is doing. So it's going to be, kind of a VIP exclusive access, exclusive meet and greets, some special guests just popping in with us. It's going to be a great time. I'm bringing the folks Tuesday through Friday. So they'll be at the Heroes and Legends tour on Tuesday with me.
Good.
And then the first 2 on Wednesday and Thursday, the first 2 performances with, excuse me, VIP access prior to for the VIP party. And then, of course, just meet and greets. We're going to do a private meet and greet with Flint Rasmussen. I've already got that lined up as well. So,
All right.
cool. So if people, need to find out or want to get on board with it and find out what's all involved, feel free just to message us on the Rodeo Roundup or send me a message through our Facebook page or even through Twitter, and I'll make sure I personally get back to you. I just talked last night to a couple that are from Louisiana. They're going to be joining us, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool. All righty. Well, let's wrap this up. Any other big news happening in the world of rodeo, or everything's just moving along really good?
Everything's moving along really good. This week starts Cowboy Christmas for the PRCA, and these guys are traveling thousands of miles within a 10-day stretch and to try to get to become the top 15 in the world to be down in Las Vegas in December. So, and of course the PBR is on break right now, coming back in August. So there's not a lot to talk about other than the touring pro divisions for PBR. So I'll tell you what, sometime mid-August or early September, we'll do another one, get everybody updated on the first part of the second half of the PBR tour.
Cool. All righty. This is Mark Anthony. That's Jason Hetland for the Rodeo Roundup, and have a good day.